So the Jacksonville Jaguars might not have a home stadium in 2 years. According to a report by CBS News, the Jacksonville Jaguars are planning to undergo significant renovations to TIAA Bank Stadium in order to keep them in Jacksonville. These renovations, though, could keep the Jacksonville Jaguars outside of their home stadium for 2+ years, looking in 2025 and 2026. The plan is according to current Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry, who says the team could play somewhere else for 2 seasons while the stadium is undergoing renovations. Now, with usual stadium renovations across the world of sports, they usually take about a few months, and usually it's done during the offseason of said sport. These renovations, though, could take up to 2 years, meaning they are major renovations which will make a huge difference to the stadium. The construction of TIAA Bank Field actually started in January 1994 and opened in August of 1995. And the renovations that they are planning to do are to modernize the stadium. Here's what the stadium looks like right now, and here's what they are planning to do with that stadium. It is a night and day comparison to those 2 stadiums. Frankly, it's 2 different stadiums at that point. According to Lenny Curry, the goal is to have them play somewhere in Jacksonville. The problem with the Jacksonville Jaguars remaining in Jacksonville is there is not a lot of locally big stadiums that can host an NFL game. Largest stadium in the city besides TIAA Bank Field would be at the University of North Florida, which as a whole can hold up to 12,000 people at a time. But comparing that to NFL stadium sizes, NFL stadiums hold up to 60 to 70, even 80,000 people at one time during one game. So it's clear the Jacksonville Jaguars are probably going to have to sell limited tickets or not play there at all. Now, the Jaguars are currently not in talks with any other teams across Florida or the United States to host their games. But this article by CBS Sports listed some alternative options in the state of Florida and outside of it that the Jacksonville Jaguars could possibly play their home games for 2 years. They include the Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida, which holds up to 60,000 people, the Ben Hill Griffith Stadium in Gainesville, Florida, which holds up to 88,000 people, and the Doak S. Campbell Stadium, which holds up to 79,000 people. But the funniest one that I think is in this report is actually Wembley Stadium in London, England. Now, currently the Jacksonville Jaguars play twice a year in London, and this is the first time they are playing 2 games in London this year, back-to-back weeks. The NFL has made it no secret that they want to play games outside of the United States. Last year alone, we had games in England, we had games in Germany, and we had games in Mexico. And this could be seen as kind of a test run for the NFL if they were ever to move a team to London for 2 years. One, it would give the NFL the ability to tap into European audience, specifically the English at that point. It's no secret Londoners love the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's their basic temporary NFL team. NFL games are broadcasted across Europe and England, but just aren't as popular as the Premier League, Champions League, and so on and so forth. This does come with a major issue though. For one, temporary 2-year home games in London would mean teams have to travel to London, which means teams are probably getting a bye week after they play the Jaguars if they ever did that. And well, frankly, it would ask a lot out of these players to travel from the United States to Europe week in, week out. And I'm not even factoring in Monday night football games and Thursday night football games. I have my doubts that if the NFL moved the Jacksonville Jaguars to London for 2 years, they would not play a Monday night football game or a Thursday night football game at home, as well as the fan base in Jacksonville would have to move to London. And no, I don't mean that every single Jacksonville Jaguars fan is going to pack their bags from Jacksonville and move to London for 2 years. No, I'm not saying that at all. The thing is this though, you have hardcore fans who go to every single game in Jacksonville. It eliminates those hardcore fans because who's going to travel week in, week out to London for a football game? I mean, realistically, right? That's not cheap. That's like flying to Jacksonville, to Atlanta, or to Indianapolis, or to Tennessee. Even that isn't cheap. Essentially, if you were a hardcore Jacksonville Jaguars fan who traveled to every single game, you would have to travel to not only away games, but home games as well. Maybe the buyout in this is that Jacksonville Jaguars have very good away game presence because it's the only time their American fans can actually go see them play live. And again, you're betting on something that is very hard to predict and honestly very hard to calculate. Eventually, expanding to Europe and expanding across the world for the NFL is going to be a thing that we see coming very soon. I just don't think it makes sense to move a team to London for 2 years. Jaguars have 2 years to make this decision final on where the hell they're going to move for 2 years. But this 100% also goes through the NFL as well to see where they can move as well. Moving a team overseas for 2 years, I think would be a very big mistake for the NFL. Like I said before, it just overcomplicates everything. Away games, home games, Thursday night games, Monday night games, all of the above. What happens if the Jacksonville Jaguars make the postseason like they did this year? They're going to play all their games in the United States, but if they actually have a fan base in England, where are they going to play? There has to be a neutral site there, right? Bro, man, personally, I think it's hilarious that the Jaguars might not have a stadium for 2 years, not because it's funny for the fans or anything, but that this is actually a possibility. But Jacksonville Jaguars fans, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this, what you guys think about where your new stadium is going to be, or your temporary stadium that is. How would you feel though if your home team got moved to a different country for every single home game? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about that. I have been Josh from S.H.T Sports, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.